Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's
Hi.
let's restart that. Get started in 3, 2, 1. Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's Brian and Jim with DrinkABeerandPlayAGame, and today we're having actually a viewer requested video.
Yeah, so our good buddy and patron Game Whisperer, also known as Dean, he cashed in a couple questions for the Power Hour to do a game request for us. So we are known for, some could say politely, shitting on the ZX Spectrum because it's an awful computer with ugly colors and bad sound and long load times.
Would you say it's
and stupid rubber buttons and...
Would you say it's punching down?
It's definitely punching down for us fine Americans who had real stuff to play. I know you Islanders in UK had your, you had to pay more for good stuff, so you settled for less. So in order for us to fully grasp and enjoy the ZX Spectrum, he requested we play the all-time classic, Jetpac. So obviously we're not going to play it on that dumb crap and hook up SCART to an OSSC and try to do the legit experience.
Jim, stop killing all of our UK audience!
Brad, come on. Look, can I say that we're our own Brexit right now? So, what we're going to do is play it off of the Rare Replay collection. So, we will be playing the classic Jetpac. Brian, have you played this before?
Yes, I have played, I was talking to Jim, roughly 3 years ago, I started playing through most of the games on the Rare Replay. If you've never played it, it's 30 games, and they're all more or less pretty damn good. A lot of, I'm still going to say ZX Spectrum, so don't murder me for that.
At least I gave you ZX.
I won't give that, because there's no goddamn D, and I know how to read. But, besides that, all I'm saying is, I was actually pleasantly surprised at the ZX Spectrum games, and so I played Jetpac, I want to say 30 minutes, maybe. It was enough for me to get an idea of what the game was all about. So we're going to go through, we're going to try it out, we're going to talk about it, and it's not like a full-blown review, but it's enough of, like, we'll give our impressions of the game as we're playing it. And I will say, if you are any kind of fan of Rare, obviously they made some of the arguably most classic games for the N64.
Yeah.
Like
they peaked in that generation.
The most unique game for the N64, at a minimum. I'll say that. So we'll get started with Jetpac. It's a very simple.
It's arcadey. It's more about getting the high score and progressing through the levels. There might be an end. I don't know because it gets very hard very fast. I'll say that.
What do you call this more? As a shooter, explorer, platform? Like I don't even know.
It's like a platforming shooter. Gosh, I wish I looked at the controls, but...
Oh.
I bet you wish you looked at the controls now.
Okay, so, yeah. Okay.
I know the one button's hover, which it's probably a better button on the computer than on a controller.
Yeah, so right now the hover button is...
Well, there's hover and then there's boost.
Okay, so... I just started the game. Obviously, I died 2 times already. The RT is... I'm not even looking at the fucking screen. RT is to lift off, A is to shoot, and the basic goal is to just assemble the spacecraft.
Well, for the first level, it's to assemble the spacecraft. After that, it's to, well, you got to fuel too.
Yeah.
You got to fuel yourself up to get out of there too. And then so forth and so on.
So what I will say is...
And to get points and all that shit.
Never having played the ZX, and I'll keep calling it ZX.
Zed. You want to go to swine?
The control is actually very smooth on the Xbox One.
Yeah, the Rare because I played this a little bit a couple weeks ago, maybe a month or 2 ago, after he sent a request, and I was like, let me see what this is about.
Yeah.
And I will say, I was pleasantly surprised with the fun I was having with it. Very simple game.
Very simple.
But you know what? I like old arcadey kind of games like that too, so this is up my alley, really.
Yeah, when you're going for high... Oh, got stuck a little bit there. When you're going for high scores, number one, I don't know how I feel. How do you feel about games like this where, number one, you shoot and it goes through to the other screen depending on where you are?
I'm kind of fine with that. It's like that.
You're okay with that?
Yeah.
All right, how do you feel about like things like when I pick up the fuel, it automatically starts loading down to this?
I was actually kind of happy with that because I was like, man, this could be a real pain in the balls if I had to land and run.
Here's
over
my
there
question:
and shit.
Does that?
You know, I would say... Now, here's the thing.
Not suggesting this is an easy game. Would you suggest that makes it too easy doing that?
I would say initially, yes. But when you get to, like... Right now, we're on, like, level 1-2. When you get to level, actually, 2, it gets ridiculous very fast. So, you take all the help you can get at that point.
All right, so let me ask you. The astronaut, the spaceship, they look pretty good.
Right.
Do you have any issue that the things just look like friggin'... I don't even know what they call it. Like fuzzy, like fucking Furby style things?
Look, Brian, we're talking about, we're talking about England here. So, how much can you really expect? Like, if they can't brush their teeth, they can't put graphics into a game.
Damn it, Jim.
Look, Dean asked for this, and I'm just going to keep throwing this shit in.
So here, okay.
And he's a good boy. But no, I mean, I actually think, like, I'm surprised, because, like, when I think of bad ZX Spectrum looking games, like, I think of the Turrican 2s of the world, or even shit like RoboCop, like, stuff where it's just all these mishmash colors blending together awfully. Where this, it looks, it's simple, which you have to expect, but it looks fine for what it is. Like, everything's defined. If you're if you're defined, then I'm fine with it. And we just recorded 2 videos before this, so we're calling this Drunk Jetpac.
I'm looking at, we each finished at a minimalist 6-pack.
Oh, what? Really? How did that touch me? It's bullshit.
It's very sensitive, I'll say that.
Yeah.
But I like, okay, so on this first thing, it's like, it looks like flying meteors. Like, it makes sense. And then as the things I got to was the fuzzy fuck bunnies. Whatever the fuck they were.
Interesting name.
But my point is, I'm fine with this. What system was it at this very point? And I'm sorry if I don't know a year off the top of my head.
I think it said 81.
Okay.
So we're talking about like the 2600 basically at this point.
Okay. So obviously, it's fair to say, much better looking than 2600, right? That's fair.
Comparable.
Come on. What?
Comparable.
All right. To the 2600. What if you had to guess, and this is off the top of your head, what's the best looking 2600 game?
I mean, the 2600's weird because it had releases still until like 1991. So, like, people really learned how to trick the system at that point.
I would even say, like, what's that one 3D tank game? I call it 3D tank.
Oh, not Battle Tank or... I know what you're talking about, though.
That's a probably its best looking game, right?
That's definitely up there.
This looks better than most Atari games, right? And unfortunately... It sounds stupid, but while we're recording, we don't have sound on.
I remember it didn't really have music. It just had, like, sound effects for all the shit you did.
You know what?
From what I remember.
I'm doing it.
Are you doing it?
I'm doing it. I need to hear
Gonna
it.
ruin the quality of the video. We're such professionals.
Alright, so it's not the best sound.
No, I mean, it sounds like wet farts.
It actually does sound like wet farts.
Yeah, I'm just racking up the points right now with this, waiting for this thing to lift off.
Oh, so you're just trying to go for points.
I mean, I was just trying to survive, but why is this not lifting off? Is this, like, glitching out on me?
You have to touch the...
What? No.
Yes.
Oh, shit, I do. Oh, I could have just sat there and fucking racked up points.
So what it sounds like to me
I'm already almost at your high score.
It sounds like a DOS game. And don't fucking compare. Half the time I wasn't even looking at the camera. Don't you fucking even try to compare.
It's a microcomputer, so it is like a DOS.
I know, but what I'm saying is...
You're a DOS.
Instead of an Atari 2600, I would say it's more comparable to a DOS.
I mean, I think DOS came out later, though.
Shut the fuck up and just say you're right.
No, I will never say you're right. I just spit everywhere. I mean, I didn't spit on you like you did a fuck.
Yeah,
like
what happened there?
Like that during that goddamn, let's laugh at the black people joke video.
Hey, that was not the name.
You laughed at them, too.
You laughed at the 9/11, which had me laughing too hard.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh. It's all falling apart. Oh, crap. Oh.
But, so, we're going to play through a few rounds.
We're not going to get that far, so we're definitely going to play a few rounds.
But, like, I'm curious.
It's a fun, simple game. Like, As much as I shit on the ZX and all that
For
crap.
a time waster, I guess the one I was thinking of is Jetpac Refueled, because before Jim...
That's the more HD one.
Yeah, so before Jim mentioned this, as soon as he said Jetpac, I was like, is that the one where you're on the moon lander and you're going across, you pick up fuel?
Well, there's Jetpac Lander, which I think is kind of like a clone of, what do you call it? Not... Moon... What the fuck? I know what it's called, but I can't think of it right now because I'm drunk.
But I'm promising
Moon Patrol. Moon Patrol. That's what it's called.
It might be, yeah.
Yeah.
But that was like, I was like, oh, that's...
Oh, God. Oh, God.
So it's interesting the enemies you get in this. But once again...
I got balls. Balls are coming after me.
You got to figure, at this point, if you said 81 is the actual year...
I mean, River Raid came out in 81.
Shut the fuck up about that game.
It's the best game ever.
You suck at it, number one.
You suck.
I've already
shit.
I've already beaten
you. All right, I set the high score.
Chill your tits.
I got the level 1-3.
I will set the high score on the first level if you fucking
Good.
make me.
Don't at me, brah. Don't at me.
Don't talk like that.
Brah, talking internet speak. Get the Twitter followers like I do that don't translate to YouTube.
Here's a question. Okay. Obviously, if you're playing the arcade, you set the high score. But if you are playing a game like this... Do you bother ever, caring about high score?
I want to know from you dirty Brits out there if it actually saved the high score or you just write it down like an old school, 16-bit console where you just put it in that notes section and no one ever really used, but...
Why? Here's the deal. At a home console, Jim, did you ever actually care about the high score?
No.
Is there ever a game that you were like, oh, God, I gotta do better?
Well, by the time we had that, since we had, real gaming systems, we had games that we could actually beat. So, yeah, I mean, I love my Atari and I love my ColecoVision, don't get me wrong. But there's a difference between what I grew up with and what I have an appreciation for.
Okay.
And what I grew up with was real consoles with real games that you could actually have a real ending to. Unlike these poor, dirty, deprived islanders known as Great Britain, who had to deal with these inferior four-color, simple graphic-looking kind of, It's fun for what it is. When you deal with import fees and all that shit,
Jim, my people are from the island, so I don't
Your people, my ass.
I'll have you know, I am...
Yes, your people who had a potato famine and almost died out completely.
Just because you're...
What a resourceful people that you came from, Brian. What a resourceful people.
Just because your people are like, oh, we'll use snails as food, doesn't mean you gotta hate on my people, Jim.
One, not French, and two,
Jim,
they were a world power for a time, so
Jim,
even if I was,
Jim,
that's even better than being your stupid Guinness drinking, stupid potato eating assholes.
Jim, let me ask you a question. Who expanded
fucking
the
England
French
still
territory?
owns half of your country.
Can you ask me a question?
I'll answer gladly.
Who expanded
Are you
the
just
French
going for points right now, or are you just going to go in there?
Oh, no, I'm going to beat your high score just on this.
Just on principle? All right.
So, who expanded the French territory? What was his name?
I don't know.
No, I think you do know. He's a short guy. What was his name, Jim?
Oh, Napoleon?
Yeah. And what's your last name?
Napoleon?
Okay.
De Bonaparte?
So, you're French. And
it's actually, he's from Sicily, so it's Sicilian. So
that's fine.
Dirty Dago Itai.
But I'm sure he, I know Italians don't really bang that much. But all I'm saying is, he probably banged a few.
Right, for someone who watched The Sopranos as much as you did, you know what Italians did with the bed.
He's no Tony Soprano, Jim. Let's be honest. All right? And I could go far and... Never mind.
Oh, you won't go the Euro bashing like I do. All right.
All I'm saying is, let's just accept the fact that you're French, all right? And, Ireland was just a little island, and we saved the Western world. There's a whole book on it, Jim. So why don't you start appreciating us? Because you know who didn't give up right away in World War II? It was the Irish.
No one talks about the Irish in World War II.
Exactly.
No one says anything about what they did.
You know who didn't give up the second something rolled in our town? Ireland.
What? The one time one guy got lost to a real fucking country?
You want to say,
one time?
You want to say Sicily or Italy, who also was kind of Germany's bitch during that World War II.
Goddamn Roberto Mussolini?
Yeah, that was your guy. So all I'm saying is, don't be hating on the Irish, Jim.
Look, if the goddamn Japanese didn't fuck up and try to piss off America, it would have been a different story, all right?
Jim, all I'm saying is that doesn't change the fact you were just a bitch.
History will show. History will show.
Am I wrong? You know I'm not wrong.
No one knows what the Irish did. They were not a factor in World War II at all.
Jim, do you know who's the number one immigrant in America at that time and even until this day? Do you want me to give you a hint?
The dirty potato people?
Yes, and so who do you think filled the ranks in American...
What, the indentured servants?
In American heritage, who do you think filled those dents? In every major American war, who do you think filled that? Do you think it was English? Do you think it was Italian?
Look, you put the dummies on the front line. You keep the smart people in the back to do the strategy for it. So, you know what? Go ahead, Bri. Be the little worker grunt you are. Jim, be the pawn in chess.
Jim, do me a favor. Fun. Go ahead and name that Italian president we've had here. I'll wait. Silence. You're like disturbed. The sound of silence is deep with you.
That is one of the worst covers of all goddamn
time. That is
time.
Actually a great cover.
It's terrible.
Shut your dirty
terrible.
Mouth. The only cover I will accept you hating on, just because I know you hate this band, is Behind Blue Eyes with Limp Bizkit.
I love Limp Bizkit, but their cover
why do you
the cover is shit.
Why don't you explain to people what was your number one hate with Limp Bizkit? Because they rhymed what with what?
Oh, no, you'll be loving this shit right here. L-I-M-P. Biscuit is right here. Which Kid Rock did the same in his goddamn butchering of Sweet Home Alabama, which is a shit song because Limp Bizkit is a shit band. And Where It Was London.
Wait. You just said a whole lot, and there was a lot of slurring, so I'm going to ask you to repeat yourself.
I said that his awful combination of Werewolves of London and Sweet Home Alabama, and then I said Sweet Home Alabama is a shit song because Leonard Skinner's is a shit band.
So you hate Leonard Skinner?
Yeah, they're awful.
Okay. I'm asking you an opinion, Jim. Why do you hate them?
It's just, oh, God. The Sweet Home Alabama, like... I'll say the Swamp.
You hate it because you've heard it so much.
That's part of it, obviously.
Okay.
And like I will say this, like the Swamp or even goddamn Freebird, which is obviously a staple never played. But I will say even Freebird, like Sweet Home Alabama is such a shit song. Like no one cares about Alabama.
But here's the deal: no one would say it's a shit song unless you've heard it too much and it's annoying to you. No one would hear that and be like, it's automatically a shit song. You've just like. Why Do You Fill Me Up, Buttercup? Because of Ryan, where we went. That we've heard it so many times.
Right, you had to go to dances to hear it so many times. So
okay,
for me, I'm never in a different position, right?
All right, so my point is, you've just heard it so much, and you're like, oh, it's a shit song. No one, the very first time you hear Sweet Home Alabama, the original, would you say it's a shit song? And you know that's a fact.
Nah, everyone says it's a shit song. Garbage tier.
God damn it, Jim. You could say that about any song. Am I wrong?
Possibly, but not probably.
You know I'm right.
Nah.
So, as you're playing this, here's my question. Alright, so the controls for the Xbox One,
it's solid.
They're fine, obviously. Okay,
oh,
so
I did this. I did rewind. What's the fucking hover button?
RT's a hover.
No, RT's the boost, but there's a specific hover button.
Oh, I don't know.
I think it's like Y or something. It's like, it's Y, yeah.
Okay.
It's Y and X. Well, no, yeah, Y and X.
So with the Xbox controller, and if you've never played this game, you're watching us, you're like, oh, why are these guys not doing better? The best way I can describe it is you gain momentum like Mario going up. So as you hit RT, it's slower, but then as you go up, it gets faster. So you gotta stop at a very specific point.
I mean, like, you could sit here and just grind out points in, like, the first level.
Which is why getting high points is stupid to begin with.
I mean, there might be an ending, because, like, you have different vehicles that you eventually get to. Excuse me.
I think the ending is probably just a certain level, right?
I don't know. I've never gotten to the end of this.
We don't know shit about this, so we're not gonna sit here and try and...
We didn't have to grow up the, this awful machine, so...
Jim,
I will never stop having fun doing this.
As someone who grew up with an iMac,
I did not grow up with an iMac by choice. goddammit.
But you did grow up with one, right?
Yeah.
You learned very important things about yourself while playing that iMac, right?
Look, I played Bug Story, whatever that goddamn game was called.
All I'm saying is, don't shit on the ZX because, in all fairness, all right, it didn't come out as early as the Atari, but. The games are...
For all I know, I don't remember when... I mean, this game came out in 81, but I don't know when the fucking computer came out.
I don't know. But what I'm saying is, the games I've played on the Rare Replay and a few other ZX, They are better than Atari. Yes, obviously you're never going to compare them to a NES game, and if you try to, that's...
But they're all 8-bit consoles.
Okay, then some 8-bits are built better than others. I guess it's about girth, not length. I don't know. All I'm saying is, it would be stupid to compare us to NES, but if you compare it to the Atari, it's better.
It's graphically better.
Yes, graphically and just control-wise better.
Nah.
Now, granted, we're playing on a fucking Xbox One controller.
Right.
If you're playing on a keyboard...
Oh, God.
I don't care who you are unless you're someone who's cheating.
Well, especially those shitty rubber buttons that the ZX had. Like,
well, that's my question. What does that controller look like? Because I don't know.
It's a literal keyboard.
Oh. Yeah,
with rubber buttons.
Rubber?
Rubber. I think the later models had better buttons, but the original, most famous model had straight up rubber buttons. Squishy rubber buttons.
Here's a question. Why the fuck would you be scared of bouncing balls?
I don't know. It's fucking killing me, so.
Oh, yeah. You suck.
Oh, God. Look, Bri, in space, everyone can hear you rubber ball.
Damn it, Jim. Don't you play on the goddamn classic Aliens. You still never beat Alien Isolation. You never even played it.
You would be correct.
I'd be shocked if you could beat it.
I could beat it.
How do you know? You never played it.
I could beat it.
I mean...
Right, if I can beat Hotel Mario, I can beat anything at this point.
You beat it with cheats, Jim.
Fucking goddamn right. The only cheat I did was level select, because it's infinite... continues, so... Lives and shit didn't really matter anyway.
Are you saying Hotel Mario lives don't matter? Is that what you're saying, Jim?
There's a hashtag only 3 people will care about.
Jim! CDI lives matter!
Bri, stop laughing at the things in that laughing video we did.
That fucking Toy Story. That burns my soul that I laughed.
Look, if you want to make Ryan laugh, just throw some 9/11 jokes in there. That's
okay, so now you get airplanes. I at least like... It's...
I like the variety. They move faster.
Would you say it's a bit lazy that they've never changed platforms?
They change it when you get to like actual level 2.
Wait,
if I remember
what
correctly.
Do you mean? This isn't.
No, this is all still part. I consider it still part of level 1 right now, because you get a different ship and you have to put together. Like eventually you have to put a different ship together, and then what do you call it?
Is this one of those games where does it have a definitive like?
I have no idea. That's what I was saying earlier. God damn it!
You're supposed to know this shit.
How am I supposed to know this goddamn Eurotrash console?
You're all about the tweeters.
The tweets. The tweets.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! God damn it! I think that was the last level of this ship too.
Interesting. All right. So.
Well, there is like a definite like you eventually have to build another rocket ship and then go through another phase of stuff. Because I think the next rocket ship you have, it's like flying saucer looking things, and they are vicious in how they attack you.
Okay.
So like it definitely like the difficulty ramps up. But that's like the farthest I ever got from my previous playthrough.
Okay. Let's see. We'll at least try to get to what Jim is describing as level 2.
Yeah. I mean, I could be wrong. Fuck if I know, but that's what I call level 2.
Jim, you didn't do copious amounts of research.
Well, Brian, I mean...
like we do for all of our videos.
Look, it's whatever Wikipedia tells me in the 5 seconds I look at it.
What the fuck? Why did you have 5 guys and I'm down to 3 already after 1 death? Because
I didn't lose a lot of guys until my first death.
But I'm saying, like, what points do you gain another guy?
If I know, I was just that good. It's probably 10,000. It's probably 10,000 points if I had to guess.
Interesting. Now I'm very curious because, like I said, I thought you started with 5. I could be wrong, but
I don't know. We're having the bag as it is as we started this.
Yeah, now I just want to see.
Ooh.
What the fuck touched me?
I thought you were in the fucking chip. Ooh. It's all falling apart.
I'm restarting.
All falling apart.
I'm fucking restarting this.
You could probably just hit the start button. Select? Maybe select. Oh, yeah, select for menu.
I'm just restarting. Hold on.
Oh, I guess. What?
Apparently there's
You
no
could have just
easy
died
reset.
one more time. It might have been quicker.
I know. All right, so I really want to see what this second level looks like.
Right, don't.
Fuck! As I'm drinking.
It might be up to Daddy.
Jim, Daddy's playing right now, so you're mommy.
Daddy won Tetris, so Daddy is Daddy.
Do you want to start counting up all the drinking games we've won and lost? Because
Look,
I
Bri.
feel like you would be down still. I still hold the belt.
Look, Bri, if I can quote Frozen and say the past is in the past and just let it go.
You're actually not allowed because you're goddamn French Italian, and that's my people.
No,
the Nordics.
I'm allowed to fucking quote it because my goddamn daughter watches it every single goddamn day.
Exactly. She knows what's good.
It used to be Shrek, now it's Frozen. That's a new obsession.
She doesn't want to watch For Little Girls.
What?
Italian, French shit. You're Italian. You're French. Putting fuel. Okay. Apparently,
you fucked up. Ah, you fucked up.
Apparently, you can. Okay.
Apparently, if you're a shitty Irishman, you can fuck up and not put in the goddamn ship.
Listen, it would take an Englishman to make this game.
Right, bad.
It's. What the fuck? My okay.
Yeah, give me.
No,
or when you're
my
when
goddamn
you die.
jet trail can get hit. Apparently.
Probably not the best hitbox.
No, the hitbox is bullshit. I'm still fine with the control. I'm actually really pissed with the hitbox. So whether you call that gameplay or graphics, I don't know.
Gameplay.
Yeah, that's my biggest problem with this game right now. Okay. So you got to get down to the base of the spaceship.
To the base. Because when you measure base to tip. So,
You know you
for
you
maximum,
gotta get every
for
inch,
maximum efficiency.
You got to get every inch possible. See what I did there?
I'm not going to lie. I'm fucking 100% behind that.
Seems like, no, I swear, it's average.
I'm married. I don't have to give her about any of that.
You're like, that's her problem.
She knew what she walked into.
Jim would have been the same if you worked at CVS.
If she wanted Big John Stud, she could have gotten Big John Stud, even if he was dead by 10 years then.
Ah! So I'm curious, as I'm shooting, watch the colors. So does one actually go further than the other?
I doubt it. I just think it's the Oh, fuck. That's a bad start. Yeah, it started at 4, so.
Somehow that one game you had 5. Maybe you just gained enough points.
I think I gained enough points. Oh, God.
This is one of those games that deceptively you watch and you're like, it's easy. And
I can easily do this. And then,
you get hit and you're like, wait, that hitbox is way larger than the guy. This makes no sense.
It's not an easy, it's not a romp.
Yeah. Like that.
Like
There
that.
you go.
Yep. Just got done dirty. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. I wonder if some, like, ZX Pro right now is looking at us being like, they're not fucking goddamn fucking using a fucking hover. That's my impression.
Jim, they say cunt a lot.
They say kunt.
But you can't say bitch over there because that's more offensive.
Really?
Yep.
God, what a backwards ass goddamn continent.
Jim, they'd call you a bloke.
Yeah, well.
That's
all I got.
Or as our buddy Matt. So I want to tell the quick story. And Jim, correct me wherever I'm wrong.
Oh, I sure will.
What class was that? I guess it doesn't matter as much. It wasn't.
It was like some weird debate class.
So there was a class while.
But we're in engineering school, so we had to have these humanities classes.
Yeah.
I think it was entwined with that.
So essentially, you would be giving. At the end of the
Where
year.
Rachel McAdams tried to, raise her hand to you and be like, oh.
I'll get to that. So every year we took this class and a few buddy of ours who we're still friends with to this day, you would have your engineering classes, and then, as we called them, the kind of bullshit humanities / like social studies classes. And every year,
oh God,
you would have to.
Oh God, no, fuck.
You would have to basically present a topic and not debate it, but just present a topic and then hear questions from the crowd. Every year, me and my buddy Chris would be like,
cocksuckers.
All right, me and Chris, meaning me and Chris, are the ones going to be on the same team. And we would put Jim with our buddy Matt. Jim, what would be the best way to describe Matt?
Sheltered upbringing. Capital boy. Good boy. But he was very not... Sheltered is a word you could use.
Sheltered, let's put it this way.
He said, how can a girl masturbate? She doesn't have a penis. That was an actual
Okay,
quote.
so that's a good way to describe it. Let's put it this way. Jim and I grew up closer to Philly. Yes. I was probably more ghetto Philly than Jim.
You were definitely more ghetto Philly.
Yes. And
the trash that you are.
So more city-like. This kid grew up in what's called Quakertown. If you're not from PA, you don't know what that means.
It's about 20, 30 miles outside of the major city.
And think about it like this. Quakers are the people that you see on your Quaker Oats. They build shit with wood. They can't use electricity. So that's literally where...
Damn dirty butter churners.
That's where Quakers legit come from. So... me and Chris would always say, all right, we're going to be partners. Jim, you're with Matt. To much of Jim's anger,
because you had it happen the first time, and I was like, all right, whatever. So after the disaster, that was the first one. When they were like, oh, we're having another debate, and they're like, I'm with Chris. I was like, you motherfuckers, no! Like, you can't do this to me again.
Now, Jim, could you be honest with the crowd and say, how were you as a student?
I was not the best student.
Right.
But when it came to these humanities and social studies classes...
Jim, what was your biggest job when it came to team projects?
I was very good at going to 7-Eleven and getting the monsters and the double shots and the snacks for the group.
Okay. So Jim wasn't the worker. And me and Chris recognized this. And somebody had to be paired with Matt. And he's our other buddy. And we love him to death. But we knew it's a bit tough because he has his opinions like girls can't masturbate because they don't have a penis. So Jim got stuck with them. And what was your actual topic?
Oh God, the best one was also beer related. Was the Flashpoint time in England, where it's basically almost like last call that we have here, but it was like a law that they had to pass because people were getting too drunk and too rowdy and being too destructive because they were too drunk after a certain point in time.
Yeah.
So, our buddy Matt decides to, and the moderators for the debate were TAs, teachers' assistants. So they weren't the actual professors. They were like interns, you can consider them, teacher interns.
Yeah.
And they were there. They were a bit more judgmental because they had more to prove. So when Matt is in the middle of a debate, so one funny thing beforehand, we had a couple cover sheets for our PowerPoint presentation. And this was circa 2005. So we used Chappelle's show, the picture of Chappelle as Sam Adams, and an also normal picture. So we're going to try and fill out the room and be like, oh, this is the one we can use, or this one. So as soon as we got in there, we saw these TAs were like, dude, get 86 to Sam Adams. This is not going to fly well.
Yeah.
So as we're doing our debate, and it's all right. It's not top notch, but it's doable. So at one point, our buddy Matt goes, well, everyone in Britain's a dumb drunk anyway, so this is why they had to pass it. And I just went... Because I could see the look on the TA's faces of...
Yeah.
What?
That was
what?
Not acceptable. And to give you context, we were in a group of people where me and my buddy Chris, our topic was like other types of countries that use things other than .com. So an example was like...
.com?
It was... like for Iran, it was like .ir. Something to that effect. I could be saying that completely wrong. What the fuck do we know about that? We know whatever we researched, but in the middle, there was a girl that went to school with us, which we frequently...
We had nicknames for a lot of people at school.
Yes, but we frequently called her Rachel McAdams because she kind of looked like her. And essentially...
As much as a girl in engineering school could look like Rachel McAdams.
We basically, like, in the middle of our presentation, she starts raising her hand to correct us, to which we very astutely said, we're not going to fucking pick you, because we knew she, like, would know more about it than we did. And we ignored her questions. We left the presentation. We were done. But she comes to us after. She's like, actually... And start rambling off all this stuff. We're like, yeah, that's why we didn't pick on you. Like, we knew you would fucking know this. So, at the end of the day, it was just kind of like, that was the type of crowd we were dealing with. So, we decided, me and Chris, that moving forward, we would always be together. So, Jim got stuck with Matt. Hence,
cocksuckers.
Hence the term... Everyone from England is a drunk, or everyone from the UK is a drunk. And, yeah, that stuck with Jim for quite a while.
Well, I mean, loving games like this, they obviously are, so...
You gotta do something on a small island, Jim.
They were deprived people.
Jim, you can't deny the fact that, imperialistically, they were pretty damn impressive.
Well, obviously. What was it? The sun never sets on the British Empire?
Exactly.
Till America said, fuck you. It was all downhill after that.
I guess technically, in theory, America is just a byproduct of English imperialism.
Well, yeah, we're the fucking boring people from England. We're the ones who are like, oh, you can't have blah, 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 blah. What? You got the high score? You got the high score?
No, I don't even know what hit me, though. All right, so we'll end with Jim's play right here. We'll see if we can get to the final.
Shit.
Once again, it's a fun game. It's fine.
It's actually surprisingly fun, I'll say that.
Yeah, it's like, it motivates you to keep playing. I'll be honest, a lot of the times when I die, I feel like it's absolute bullshit because of hitboxes. It's also because we're fucking up and we're drunk. But I think the hitbox is a little too generous. Is that fair?
I would say that's a fair statement.
Yeah.
But for what it is, for a game from 1981, you know.
The sound is dog shit.
Oh, God, it's awful.
Jim,
God, we just got you and your...
Thank you, Jim. Jim and I used to really care about achievement.
We had a phase where we really cared about achievement points.
Yeah, and...
I burned out quicker than Brian did, but...
Oh, I went hard. Every game I got, I'm getting all 1,000 points. I cared, yada, yada. I couldn't give two shits now if I play a game. Although
I think in total I'm still at like maybe like 27,000 of that.
Yeah, I'm really high. I'm in the 60s. But I'm at the point where if I'm playing a game, I'm also bad where if you show me there's a challenge or achievement, it's like, oh, unlock or like find
You're
all
the
these...
dumbass who got the Mega Blaster in Dead or what do you call it?
I'll say it every video we bring it up. The worst achievement / challenge I ever went for, Dead Rising, you gotta kill 10,000 zombies. And the easiest way you do it, which still takes like almost 3 hours, you get a car, you run over, I think it's something like 2,000 to 3,000 zombies at a clip, assuming you don't hit any on the way. And to find the car, it's a pain in the ass. To do all that... And I just kept doing it just to get this fucking achievement. And you get the Mega Man Mega Blaster, but you get the achievement. I remember it was really important to me at the time, and now I couldn't even imagine caring enough to do that. So
the joys of being 24 with free time.
Yeah. Playing game. Oh my man. Jim, could you imagine being a kid and caring about achievements?
Oh my God.
Like, when you were a kid, you played games, you wanted to beat them, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever actually, and like we said at the beginning of this video, did you ever actually care about high scores, even as a kid?
Not particularly.
Like
I would say goals, like playing like, say, Streets of Rage, like, shit. Like, I would want to beat the game without, like, using a continue or shit like that. Like, it's not like a personal goal for myself.
Yeah.
But
the only time I cared was my dentist, when I was a kid, had Centipede. and I wanted to maintain the high score there. That was the only, like...
All right, Costanza.
Well, no, my point was every arcade I went to was, like, too many kids. I didn't go there quick enough. The dentist was the only place, like, where it was, like, I could maintain it.
Yeah.
So that's why that was the only place I actually cared about a high score. At home, I didn't give two fucks. Like, if I'm playing my brother, yeah, one-on-one I care, but high score, I'm like, not really. But if I was a kid and there was achievements, that would have ruined me.
Oh, yeah, I bet. I would have been in the same boat, probably. Jesus.
Jim, imagine how much less girls you would have got.
Bri, you can't. Look, Bri, we all know we can't divide by 0, all right? Let's put it that way.
Wait, you don't want to use I as an imaginary number?
God, we're fucking dorks.
That's engineering, Jim.
Yeah. Wow. The jokes that only so many people would understand.
But yeah, Dean, did he give his opinion of this game, or he just wants to see ours?
He didn't. He just wanted to see our opinion of it, but I mean, he's from England, so of course he by default loves this game and the system. But no, it is a fun game. Like,
yeah.
I was surprised the first time I played it how much fun I was enjoying with it.
Kind of like Pac-Man on the Atari. I don't know if this was an arcade game, but for a take-home...
Right, who would ever put this dog shit in a goddamn cabinet?
God. All I'm saying is, this, if I wanted to play a game where I did care about high score and I was playing with my buddies, I could see the replayability in this. It's definitely more replayable than River Raid.
How dare you, sir? How dare you with your dirty lies?
River Raid also takes way too long.
What?
Compared to this game.
What?
I'm just saying.
God.
They're basically the same. You get fuel, you shoot. Just,
One has scrolling, one has none.
Yeah.
Because one can't handle it.
Yeah, but this has more enemies than River Raid.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
You have one enemy per level.
Yeah, and River Raid has the same repeating enemies per level.
Infinitely regenerating and
they're not changing.
Right, it was like a roguelike before a roguelike, alright?
That doesn't change the fact that it didn't have different enemies, Jim. Had better sound, I'll give it that.
God damn right it did. Better graphics, too. Stupid colors not blending into each other.
I wouldn't say better graphics.
Not blending. They're no blend.
Jim. The green in that.
Right, wait.
Shading.
Here I am. We're on the second.
This is the second.
What I consider, and these goddamn fucking spaceships. Oh, God.
UFOs. Okay.
What? Bullshit hitbox. Oh, whoa, it's all falling apart.
Yep.
I done said it. I was like, this shit gets hard quick. Fuck. Oh, God.
Do you know how many levels?
Jesus!
Yeah.
I have no idea. Run. Get the fuel. Run away.
I'm actually curious. Does it control?
And it actually
easier
they come after you. Like, look at this asshole.
Yeah.
And look at these assholes over here. See, oh my God, dude, they get vicious so fast. Oh, jeez, if I can get past like the first level, like second fucking, oh Jesus, God, go away. Oh, damn it!
My final try, and then
damn it!
Absolutely done. I'm not getting as far as Jim, but
shit. I wanted to at least get past that first screen.
I know, yeah. I mean, this is one of those games, obviously, because the shooting...
If you can get far, like, that really does take, like, some crazy skill, I will say.
Oh, yeah, no. This is one of the ones where I would not say it's as random. The hitbox is just fucking unrelenting in this game, though. It's like, as Jim and I were dicking around, like, we care about scores... You gotta not care about score if you want to get far. You just gotta get fuel.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna ignore that diamond up there. Like, just get fuel.
Like, I was going after them, but, like, I don't even know if it's, like, score or just, like, progression that gives you more lives.
I don't know either. Because, like I said, that one game I remember looking up and you had 5. I don't know if that's because you didn't get a death during this level.
And I mean, it could be a thing where you just like hit pause and look up the menu, but fuck that. So you dirty, non-brush teething Brits, just let us know below, because obviously this is a rite of passage for you. How much God. They're our biggest audience, and I just love shitting on them.
Yes, yeah, I just got 5.
How did you get 5?
That's what I'm saying. So
Is it time-based? It might be time-based.
No, I think it's if you completely with no research, if you don't die during a level, you might get an extra guy.
See, we could research, but...
But also, my score is much lower than it normally would be had I gotten points. So,
but it also went down... Well, I mean, I guess because you used your level 5 life for the... I don't know. But like I said, it's really probably the first ZX Spectrum game I've ever played. It's a fun game. I can see why people love it.
It's my first just because of this.
Yeah, same here for me.
Okay.
Like, obviously, we didn't grow up in the PAL region. We didn't grow up with, the Spectrum and all that shit. So.
Wait, we didn't?
No, we grew up in a real country, so, with real games.
Damn it, Jim.
Yes, boy.
Stop being so racist.
How's this racist? I'm just shitting on the Spectrum.
You're shitting on a whole country. That's their race, Jim.
Right, it's barely a country if it's only like, if you're only like, like 100 miles long, like, you're a real country at that point.
Damn it, Jim. Ask Italy. They're not that, well, long maybe. Wide, no. Their girth isn't anything impressive.
Right. Whoever talks about the girth, whoever measures girth, let's be honest here.
Ask your mother. Oh!
I'm surprised we've gone this long tonight without a mom joke until now.
All right. It just downgraded me to 4.
Well, yeah, you went from 5 to 4.
Yeah, why?
I don't know. Well, I mean, you started from 4 to 3, so... Dude, 5.
No, I started with 4. I never... I never lost a life, and it went from 5 to 4. So, right there, this game gets a 2. You can't just downgrade someone's fucking life unless you lose a life.
I wonder how many Brits are really pissed off right now that we haven't hovered the whole time in like one spot. Like there's probably some spot you can hover in that like you'll never get hit and you can break the game, kind of bullshit like that.
Oh, I'm sure, but like what the fuck's the point? Those breaking games and their glitches, let's fucking be honest. I hate those because it's like, then what the fuck is the point of playing the game?
Right, that's a level of gaming autism that I just can't,
What the fuck just hit me?
That was a ball. It hit you in the face.
No,
I
saw
it. I done seen it.
Jim, don't.
Right, Sir Clive Sinclair would say different, alright?
I don't know who that is, but fuck him.
He made the Sinclair ZX Spectrum.
Where is he now?
Probably rich. Or dead. I don't know. One of them.
He didn't make Sony.
I don't think he's dead. I think he's alright.
Interesting.
But Bryce, Sony, they made Marvel, not a Spider-Man.
Jim,
talk about things I'm already sick of.
I'm actually pretty pissed about that, Jim. Why does Sony need them back? They're gonna fuck it
because
up.
Marvel got greedy. That's why.
How did they get greedy?
Sony made a good deal. Marvel didn't put any money out for any of these movies, and they automatically won 50% for nothing.
But here's the deal: it's originally Marvel fucking content.
Yeah, and Marvel, when they were almost bankrupt, sold themselves to Sony.
Yes,
that's why they have X-Men and Spider-Man. So, because of their bad business before, Sony got a good deal out of it.
But has Sony...
That's capitalism right there, motherfucker.
Since number 2, Spider-Man, with Tobey Maguire...
Sony's made terrible Fantastic Four movies.
And terrible Spider-Man movies.
I know, I actually saw them, but I do hear bad things, so I can go with bad.
You've seen...
I never saw Amazings.
You've seen past 2.
What?
Did you see Spider-Man 3?
Yeah, it was bad, but...
That was fucking awful.
It was rushed.
Don't you fucking try and defend it just because
I like Sam Raimi.
Yeah, because you like Evil Dead. Don't act like that.
And Dragman to Hell. Dragman to Hell was really good.
There was nothing good about that third one. Maybe the fight with Sandman at the very beginning. I'll possibly give you.
Bry, the acting grace of Topher Grace.
Yeah, that fuck stick.
Bry, you're just mad that he was a bad guy in Predators.
He's just awful.
But Bri, he was a sneaky scientist who was secretly the most evil one of all.
We never seen that before.
Sneaky.
Why did... Okay, my shooting didn't work.
Like I told you, it gets vicious,
Yeah.
dude.
So, at the end of the day...
Fun game.
If you've never... If you have the rare replay, it's fun. Don't go out of your way to get a ZX to play this.
No. I mean, obviously, there's better ways to play these games at this point. Like, Dean actually sent us a code to just go to a website. We could just play it on your laptop. Which, maybe that's more legit of a way to play it, but...
Maybe it controls better. Either way, the game is fine. It's fun. It's quick, little, mindless. Don't expect depth.
Right. It's a game from 1981. Let's put it that way.
Better than River Raid.
Sir.
Except for the sound.
Sir, please.
So, yeah. All right, guys. Well, if you enjoyed this, if there's any games you really, really want to see us play...
And if you want to pull a Dean and you want to cash in a few patron points for us to do a game review, check out our Patreon in the link below, where for $5 you can just get a straight-up game review. Or you can cash in a few Power Hour podcast topics in the $2 tier, and we might go, all right, that's fine. We'll do that. We really don't care. Just pay us.
Or just ask us.
But really pay us.
All right, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.